Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Adobe Live episode of Teaching Typography. I am your host, Cory Hall. Let's see, we've got Keys in the chat. Haha, Cory doing that 3D typography like we talked about last time. Yes, I listened to you, Keys. I was like, the people want 3D typography. We are doing 3D typography. We've got Cody in the chat. Cody, as always, thank you for being here. So nice to have you. Clever, so great to see you again. Oliver Andrews, hello, welcome back. Joshua Merrill, thank you for being here. If you are joining us either in the YouTube live stream or on behance.net, hey Alejandro, drop a message into the chat. Say hi, let us know that you're here. We've got Robert back. Hi, Robert. We've got Raphael in the YouTube live stream chat. Hello, Raphael. Thank you for joining us. Barbara. Oh my God, I was waiting for you to appear. I am so glad that you are here. You are my homie. I am just so happy to see your name pop up every single time. Apurva, welcome. Oh my gosh, we've got so many friends in the chat today. Oh, I love it. I love to see you all here. Leah, hi. I don't know, have we had you in the chat before? If so, I'm sorry that I forgot. And if not, welcome. So before we get into teaching typography, 3D typography, let me just do a really quick intro. Again, my name is Cory Hall. I'm a graphic designer. I am based in Portland, Oregon. Let me switch over to my computer screen just for my quick little introduction. We've got so many familiar faces in the chat that I am just going to repeat myself to most of you. You have heard this intro before. Annika, so great to see you. Catherine, great to see you. Thank you all for being here. So, like I mentioned, graphic designer. I have been a graphic designer designing for 9+ years now. I currently work at Stanford University as a senior designer. I have been with Stanford since 2019, and before that, I have worked in all sorts of graphic design jobs. I've worked at branding and packaging firms. I have worked at digital publishing startups. I've worked for local governments. Fun fact, my first ever graphic design job was right when I started design school in 2014, and it was with the city of Palo Alto, which is where I grew up. I grew up in Palo Alto, California, and I was working at the Palo Alto Children's Theater as a summer job. And when they learned that I was going to school for graphic design, they were like, well, hey, why don't you do some of our graphic design? And so I was fortunate enough to be able to start my professional graphic design career in my professional graphic design work right off the bat, right when I started design school, which is like so cool. And so I can claim that I have been working as a graphic designer for 9 years. So cool. Graphic designers. Oh, okay. Hold on. Annika, you just fully interrupted my train of thought because you said, I'm just out here eating watermelon, Sour Patch Kids and watching Cory. I don't know. Watermelon, Sour Patch Kids are the best candy in the entire world. If you disagree with me, let's fight. Let's fight it out in the chat because I have some things to say to you. So mainly that you're wrong. If you don't think that they're the best candy in the world, you're just mistaken. Annika, I'm so glad that you said that. And also so sad that you said that because now my mouth is watering just thinking about Sour Patch watermelons. Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining us. And peanut M&Ms. Yes, my mom's favorite candy is peanut M&Ms. They are so good. They're really good. They're my movie theater treat that I like to give myself. So let's see, project. So, okay, well, obviously this is my website. It's kind of this dual scroll action, but throughout my graphic design career, I have worked on a variety of projects. Chocolate. I've never had. Keys, you gotta try it. You gotta try the watermelon gummies. They are the best. Find them in literally any local convenience store. They're worldwide. So I've worked on a variety of graphic design projects throughout my career. I have worked on branding systems. I have worked on 3D Instagram face masks. Remember when this was a thing? I feel like these aren't really a thing anymore. I don't know. I don't really ever see people using them, but I kind of want to revive them. They were so fun. And this was the peak of COVID. And I just decided to make this fun little face filter for Instagram. It was so much work, but it was also so fun and so rewarding. And it was so cool to see my friends using it on Instagram. Josh was working at their desk doing some client work and watching my favorite entertainment. I am so honored to be your favorite entertainment on this Tuesday afternoon / evening / morning, whatever time it is where you are. Oh, Raphael in the YouTube chat says they are the best. Yes, Raphael, you are absolutely correct. Does anyone remember Instagram face filters? Like, I literally wouldn't have if they weren't still on my website. Instagram carousels. I do so many of these. I do them a lot for work, actually, for Stanford. I do a fair amount of editorial illustrations for the Stanford magazine. It's called Stanford Business. Podcast branding, which was like so cool and so fun. If you haven't listened to Think Fast, Talk Smart, really good podcast on like learning how to speak eloquently, either if you're presenting to people or if you're pitching an idea or if you're at a meeting. Really, really great. Let's see. Yeah, I think their app was so clunky to use though. Yeah, dude, their the Instagram face filter building app was pretty clunky. It was really difficult. It was very complex. So it took me such a long time and many, many YouTube tutorials to figure out how to create those face filters. And arguably maybe not super worth the effort and time that it took to learn the software. Leah, thank you for saying your site is so fun. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's see. Teaching typography. I have this webpage built out for my teaching typography episodes. I have this like fun page on my website, which is really just like photographs I've taken or illustrations that I've done or quotes that I like. I haven't updated this page actually for a really long time. But I just kind of to remind myself that like design is and should be fun. I've got this shop page on my website, which are like greeting cards. They're all Riso printed greeting cards. If you're not familiar with risograph printing, you should definitely check it out. It should definitely, be at least on your awareness. It is like such a fun tool for printing with, and the prints always come out beautiful, really, really beautiful layering that you can see here. Yeah, just like greeting cards, I don't know, pictures that I've taken that I've then printed out in risograph printing. Valder, welcome. Thank you for coming back. Keys built a few filters too. Yeah, it was kind of fun. It was fun. It was a lot of work, but it was fun. I'd be so curious what face filters you've created, Keys. Valder says these cards are so gorgeous. Valder got some cards in the mail not too long ago. They took like forever to get all the way to Brazil from Oregon. I think I mentioned that I'm based in Portland, Oregon. But thank you so much, Valder, for saying that. I really appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just, I don't know, I made these cards. And let's see, this is my Instagram. If you want to check me out on Instagram, give me a follow. Just like all sorts of funny shenanigans, but like some recent projects that I've worked on, graphic design projects, have been like t-shirts. My friends and I like went on this really fun cruise like about a month ago, and I of course had to make custom t-shirts for our little crew. And yeah, Keys, you don't think that they're available anymore, the Instagram face filters? That's unfortunate. Coming to Behance, we are 57 here, but I'm talking alone. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Raphael, head on over to Behance. The chat is popping off over in Behance. It's behance.net/Adobe Live, and you will be in the chat with where the party is. Umacorn, so great to have you. So yeah, I don't know, just like fun little like design projects and stuff. I made some like funny reels about this teaching typography series actually. So famously, I am getting distracted, as you all know I am wont to do. So let's just head on over to the Illustrator document for today's live stream. To preemptively answer any questions, I have had coffee, which is why I'm so hyper, which is why I am getting distracted. But I digress. So teaching typography. This is an ongoing series that I'm doing on Adobe Live, where each week, or I should say every 2 weeks, because I do this live stream every 2 weeks on Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Joshua, I completely agree with you. Behance is the best place to watch Adobe Live, just saying. So every 2 weeks on Tuesday, we create a poster based around a different typographic fundamental, idea, concept. And so when I started this series, I should actually add the date to each of these posters, because that's something that it's missing. And I would be like super curious and love to go back and reference sort of like the first day that I started the series with you all, because I have number 1 out of 11. That's how many episodes that we have in the books right now, slash on the calendar. Oh, Raphael, welcome to the Behance chat. Good to see you in there. Catherine, man, we've got so many amazing faces. Keith says hi there, Catherine. Okay, so let's see. The first few episodes we're really digging into some key fundamentals of typography that I personally have found really helpful for me in my graphic design practice. They're not meant to be super prescriptive fundamentals, but they are sort of like the foundational ideas and guidelines that then I can take and riff off of in my typographic practice. I'd be curious for people who are joining in the chat, if you've joined us before, what has been some of your like more favorite teaching typography episodes? We've got typographic anatomy, typographic structure, typographic semantics. This is where Barbara and I first bonded, actually, because Barbara was providing a lot of editorial help for this episode, so that's why I have a happy to help dash Barbara in here. So hi Barbara, shout out Barbara. How are you today, and how is your daughter doing? Last time we chatted, you had just gotten back from picking your daughter up from the airport. Let's see, we have typographic hierarchy, typographic classification, so talking about different classifications of typography: sans serif, serifs, slab serifs, moving into scripts, monospace, and handwritten. And the reason that I broke it out that way was because within the Adobe Fonts website, that is sort of the classifications, and these are really common classification ways to break out typefaces into their own sort of like subgenres, if you will. And so from there, we decided, okay, we've done a lot of fundamentals. We've talked a lot about, oh, Barbara says, yep, she finally went home. So I took it to mean that you were picking her up from the airport, bringing her home, but maybe it was because she was visiting and now she is no longer with you. Is that the correct interpretation of what you just said? Raphael says the hierarchy one for me. Okay, cool. Yeah, I loved the hierarchy one. And that was kind of one where I sort of started like pushing the type that I was working with a little bit further, experimenting with some shapes, ways to draw your eye into the poster through this big graphic element here with the different hierarchy levels of the typography, typographic hierarchy, visual hierarchy, audience, and really just discussing that. Cool. I'm glad that it helped, Raphael. That's like awesome to hear. But 2 weeks ago, we were really looking at more experimental typography. So we've talked a lot about how typographic fundamentals can help guide us through their rules and regulations around, like how can you properly kern letters to make sure that they're legible? How can you sort of use the power of semantics and words and storytelling to enhance your typography, how you can enhance your type through hierarchy. We've thought about and talked about all of that. Now it's time to kind of like break some of those rules, right? Now it's time to have some fun, mess around, put type on all these different varying levels, add some dimension to your type. And speaking of dimension, that sort of leads me to the topic of this week, which is playing around with like dimensional typography, 3D typography. Barbara, no, she's in Chicago where we all grew up. Okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that you had time with your daughter, and now I'm glad that you have time with yourself now that your daughter is back in Chicago. So, kind of without further ado, because I have been chatting y'all's ears off for the last 15 minutes, which is cuckoo to me. But this is what happens when I drink coffee and you give me a microphone and put me on the internet. So I'm going to get started on this poster today and just duplicate my artboard, which if that's not something that you've done before, or if you were wondering the shortcut that I just used, I do Shift-O, quick command to get into the artboard tool, and then Option Command Shift and drag the artboard over to make a duplicate. Of course, it didn't duplicate everything because some of my layers are locked. And I've also divided out my layers into all of these different sort of like pieces. So I've got modules, header, footer, graphics, typography, all broken out so that I can sort of like edit certain things within my artboard without just deleting everything. So I am going to go through and start clearing out this artboard. Let's see. I think, we've got modules. Coffee and a microphone are a dangerous combination. Amen. They are 1000% dangerous. Not like literally dangerous, but figuratively dangerous, because now you have me talking about Sour Patch watermelons for a really long time. Lior in the YouTube chat says, hi, Option is the Mac version of Control, right? Yes, it is. So the keyboard shortcuts are going to be slightly different if you're using a Windows or a Linux computer. And because I don't use those, I could not tell you off the top of my head what the keyboard shortcuts are. But if you Google it, you should be able to find it. It's super helpful. I know, thank you. And meanwhile, taking a sip of my coffee. Annika, never apologize for the tangent on Watermelon Sour Patch because, oh my God, Oliver Andrews coming into the chat. Opt equals Alt on Windows, Command equals Control. Okay, yes. So Lior, in the YouTube chat, if you pop over to the Behance chat, that's where we've got a lot of people chatting and sharing some of their tips. Behance.net/Adobe Live. You can join us over there. But Oliver was kind enough to drop the Windows shortcut equivalent over there for you. Okay, so let's see. First things first, let's edit the header and footer, which I am a huge fan of headers and footers in my poster designs dimension because they really act as, and we've talked about this a few times, but they are so helpful for grounding a poster, grounding a design, especially a poster series. And this is very much a series. We have a lot of consistent elements. We've got consistent typography. We've got consistent colors. We've got a consistent grid that we're working off of. And so I find headers and footers with consistent elements, titles, numerical systems, branding down here at the bottom with Cory Hall, and my little seal. These are just really helpful to create a sense of continuity between the posters. And so, if someone was ever making a poster series, I would highly recommend some consistency in the elements. It doesn't have to be a header or footer. Maybe it's just the colors, maybe it's just the grid, but it does add, especially when we start getting really kooky down here for the 2 weeks ago's poster, the typographic experiments. That header and footer really ties it into the overall series. So that's what we've got here, and I really never change the footer down here. But you know what? We're here. I mentioned the date. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start adding the date in here. So I'm going to move the number in the series to the bottom, and I'm going to add the date to the top. So it's 4/16, which is a great date because it is my friend's birthday today. I actually have a couple of friends with birthdays today, because if you didn't know already, April birthdays are the best. And I'm going to say that again. If you didn't know already, April birthdays are the best. And I'm not just saying that because my birthday is in April, but because all my friends' birthdays are in April. Aries and Taurus for the win. I also don't know anything about astrology. And who was it in the chat just like a few minutes ago who said something about astrology being in the chat? Oh, I always blame the coffee or the zodiac. It's good to have a second thing to blame sometimes. Valder, see, couldn't agree more. Maybe that's why I have like so much energy, is because it's my birth month and my zodiac is approaching. I don't know if that's like a real thing that people say about zodiacs, but I just said it right now. In order to make this really clear that this is a date, I'm also going to add the year, even though it is slightly redundant because, I don't know. I'm making this right now, and so we don't really necessarily need to include the year. And then I'm going to say maybe here we'll do episode 8 out of 11. So now we've got a little bit of, it's extra clear what we're talking about. Teaching typography, 4/16/24 typographic dimension with Cory Hall, episode 8 out of 11. Yeah, I think that like reads right and that makes sense. And I will go back and change it on all of the others. Should I do that now? No, I'm not going to do that now because we need to keep on designing. Okay, so usually when I'm creating these, I have this notes document in which I keep just like notes and copy for my poster. And I was kind of thinking, we're playing with typography or three-dimensional typography today. And so what better to enhance the effect, the 3D effect, than to have varying levels in the poster. And so, Penny Doodles, welcome. It's okay. You didn't miss much. You just missed me talking. Hello, I missed a bit, but happy to make it. I'm so happy that you're here. Valder is a Gemini. Tell me, what does a Gemini mean? I don't know anything about any of the zodiac signs other than Taurus and Aries slightly. So like, everyone, you know what, while we're at it, just drop your zodiac sign into the chat. Maybe next week we'll do a zodiac themed. No, probably not because that has nothing to do with typography. So I went over to my copy doc. I'm going to start copying and pasting. Typography should be fun. So 2 weeks ago, we said type can be fun. And this week, we're evolving, we're growing, we're learning. We're saying type should be fun, okay? Not only can it be fun, but it should be fun. Because we just spent a lot of time going over the rules of type. And now it's time to have fun with those rules. Barbara is a Virgo, Oliver is an Aquarius, Raphael is an Aquarius. Okay. I don't know what any of that means. We've got Penny Doodles a Scorpio. Also don't know about Zodiac though. Yeah, it's I've got a lot of friends who are like super into the Zodiac. I know for me personally, being a Taurus and what I relate to, it sounded like I just said a tourist, but I did mean to say Taurus. Being a Taurus, what I really relate to with being a Taurus is creativity, obviously, because I'm here live streaming, graphic design live stream right now. I am like also an earth sign, and so I consider myself to be like a pretty grounded individual, even though I might not seem like that when I am hopped up on coffee. I really enjoy being home. I really enjoy like cultivating my home. I am a bit of a materialist. I like objects. I like beautiful objects. I like beautiful furniture in my home. I really like nice art. And I'm very loyal. I'm like very like loyalty based, like with my friends, especially with my romantic partners. Loyalty is like an important thing to me. And those are all Taurus attributes, qualities, affinities, afflictions, depending on how you look at it. Typography should be. So we're going to leave the grand statement of fun. I have a vision. We're working off of my vision, okay? So we're not going to do the grand reveal of what I want to do quite yet, but I do think it's going to take something, some type of form similar-ish to our previous week's poster, where we've got a layering of really big, bold typography. And we were kind of teasing at 3D type 2 weeks ago with this sort of like cartoonish, bold, outlined type, but we're going to go all in, full hog 3D with this type. Tease, lol, hee hee. Also, just like thinking about, we're doing 3D this week. We've got another Adobe Live in 2 weeks. I was kind of thinking about as a theme or as a subject for that one, we could explore customizing typography. But if anyone in the chat has some ideas as to what they would like to see with next week's or 2 weeks episode, drop it in the chat. I would love to hear your ideas. If there's anything you would like to see me explore, if you'd like to explore something with the group, I would absolutely love to hear from you. What sort of like typographic ideas, inspiration do you find yourself gravitating towards? And what would you like to see flushed out a little bit more? I am very much open to taking your requests. Your wish is my command. Just call me the genie / Robin Williams. If you don't know that reference, drop a question mark into the chat and I will happily tell you all about the genie from Aladdin. Okay, typography should be fun. If you don't agree, then allow me to convince you. And I just kind of like typed out these different, I don't know, thoughts around typography. I've had design instructors tell me the type should follow certain guidelines, rules, and traditions, especially my earlier design teachers, like teaching typography 1 or that's the name of this. That's not the name of my design course that I took, but type 1. My instructor was like all about super traditional typography, and it was all about the rules. It was all about following the rules, not breaking the rules. You know, there's definitely a time and a place for that, but you know, the more that you learn about design and type, I think the more you should kind of like push the boundaries a little bit, push people's expectations of what type should be or can be. Let's just like get a little kooky with it. There's enough rules in the world. I don't think that we need to limit ourselves to sort of what the design authorities tell us. Okay, so I'm just kind of inserting in some of those like rambling thoughts. Clever says, all about the algorithmic theory of kerning and leading. Just kidding, please don't. Yeah. No. I'm just gonna say, no, I don't think I'm gonna be doing that one. That sounds super complicated. I bet that there is, well, actually, I know that there are some very, very cool and interesting mathematical, you know, theories, concepts, reasoning behind kerning. The spacing between letters, we did talk about it a bit in earlier episodes. God, which one was it? Which episode did we talk about it in? I don't remember. Probably grid and structure. But yeah, we've been there. We've done that. We don't need to do all that. Going forward. Penny Doodle says, yes, no to gatekeeping typography. I couldn't agree more. We should absolutely not be gatekeeping anything, especially design, especially art, especially culture, especially not typography. Design and typography is meant to push people's expectations, push people's boundaries, push the way that people think about things. Okay, see, I already really like this, and this is where I get myself stuck, is because my design education, Valder says, very true. I'm not looking for a job at Gutenberg's Press. You know, me neither, but I also lightweight think that a job at Gutenberg's Press would be pretty interesting. Only from the perspective of like, it would be kind of cool to like set type in the old fashioned days. Let's see. Leor says, I'd like to maybe see some vertical typography. Ooh, that's a great idea. You know, we really only have done this vertical type right here where it says shape. I don't think we've done much else vertical. So that would be kind of interesting. So like rotating type, you know, we talked about grids and structuring typography and sort of breaking it, but also more just like how to establish a grid. And so it could be interesting on like, how can we like push the boundaries of our understanding of typography by like rotating it and distorting it. Oh, distorting typography. Yeah, that would be a really cool one. Maybe we'll do that. I'm going to just like make a quick note. Potential ideas for future episodes. We're going to do vertical type, says Leor. Distorting type. Cool. Okay. Don't mind me. Sean says, I love seeing all the community. Oh my God. Clever says, hi, Sean. Please don't break the stream. Don't break the stream, Sean. Please don't break the stream. We don't want our stream to break. Okay. So I really just kind of super like the way that this looks right now. Guess what, everyone? Adobe Live, we're done. Signing off. Poster is finished. Just kidding. Absolutely not. Poster is not finished because we have no dimensional typography in here. but I love the way that this looks. Oh man. Sharky and Bones Multi-Language 11. Hi, good to see you in the YouTube chat. Welcome, thank you for joining us. We are working on dimension in typography today within Adobe Illustrator. So we've got kind of this base layer right here. Typography should be fun. We're going to make fun kind of the focal point of this through three-dimensional typography. And what better to enhance three-dimensional type than, we want this to be lowercase, I think, than to have dimensions with which to layer. So this, I'm thinking, typography should be fun is going to be our background layer with these little text callouts / like ramblings, my brain ramblings as the background, and then with a giant fun layered over the top of it. And what better to say fun than with a fun typeface? So over to Adobe Fonts we go, and we're going to just kind of explore around and see what types of cool... Sean says, Devlin, no promises. About breaking the stream? Sean, please don't break the stream. Please don't break the stream. Please don't break the stream. Okay, let's see. What would be a cool typeface for a three-dimensional, a fun three-dimensional type treatment? This one's kind of interesting. Responder P. I'm going to just go ahead and add that. And so if we've got anyone in the chat who isn't familiar with Adobe Fonts, be sure to check it out. If you have a Creative Cloud subscription, you automatically have access to Adobe Fonts. You should definitely be clicking around and exploring it. There are hundreds, if not thousands, I think that there are thousands of typefaces in here that are a part of your Adobe Creative Cloud subscription. They are absolutely free for you to use in any shape or form on any type of project, paid, unpaid, client work, etc. It is all automatically licensed with your Creative Cloud subscription. And so I use it as a really super helpful resource for finding, discovering, playing around with new fonts. And I think that this one could be interesting. So we're going to do Responder. And what is... Responder P. See, Sean, I just got the little rainbow wheel, and I don't think that it's a coincidence that you came into the chat and now I have the rainbow wheel. So please don't break the chat. Please, Responder P. Okay, we're gonna go. We've already got this whole family in here. I love it. Look at that. Isn't that just so fun? So what I'm looking for right now is a fun typeface that will be even funner in 3D. And yes, I just did use the word funner instead of more fun because grammar is for nerds. And I'm a nerd and I love grammar. So I don't know what my point was with saying that. Poleno, that one looks like it could be kind of interesting. Let's try that. Let's throw it in there. No beach balls. Please, no beach balls. And I do have a confession for you guys. I do want to play around with the sort of 3D effect inflate in this tutorial. And it was putting my computer through a bit of a rainbow wheelie. So we're just going to really hope that... that it works, okay? And if it doesn't, then we have a backup plan in mind. Oh, okay. One other typeface that I am super obsessed with is I've used it as part of sort of my type family for this series of posters, BD Caramel. I just think it's so freaking cute. BD Caramel. We're gonna make all these red just so that they pop a little bit more. We're doing a quick comparison right now. Just kind of working on the fly, seeing which one looks the most fun. I mean, honestly, love that. Don't love that as much because these are both very kind of structural, bold, sans serif typefaces. I just don't think that it that it works as well. So we're going to get rid of you. Bye-bye. Sorry, Poleno. And in order to keep my computer moving fast, I'm going to click remove, remove. Bye-bye. Someone did once tell me that it is smart to, if you have unused typefaces synced through your Creative Cloud library, that it is smart to remove them, just because you want to keep your performance on your computer as fast as possible, as so you don't get a rainbow wheelie situation. Catherine says fun, funner, funnest. Joshua says fun, funner, funnest. Hehehe. I like that. Funnest. Let's just, for the fun of it, we're going to do... stop it. Yeah. Funnest. It's like funniest, but funner than funniest. See, we're back to semantics. See it all? It's all connected, you guys. It's all connected. If you're having fun with your funny words and putting them in funny typefaces, that right there is typographic semantics. Let's see. Catherine says it's okay to break the rules. Sean says, okay, I will leave. I'm bad luck. Sean, please don't leave. We want you here. Even if I get the rainbow wheelie, we don't want you to be here to experience it with us. And I promise you, it is not your fault. It's probably the fault of my computer, because I got this computer in 2019 and it is kind of old. Penny says, only bad part of getting Adobe fonts is deciding what to pick. I literally could not agree more. Rotate. See, I mean, okay, well, I'm sorry. Funniest is a fun word, but it's not going to work because it is a little long. But I just freaking love that. This, like, wasn't my vision, but I just really love it. So true, Penny, so true. Valder says, oh no, we all love rainbows, so I don't know why it's bad. Good point. Good point. Why do we make the rainbow wheelie a rainbow and not just like a wheelie of death, like a little sad face, a skull and crossbones? Okay, we're gonna keep searching for fonts. Let's see, font packs. Yeah, I mean, who said it? Yeah, it was Penny Doodles who said the worst part about Adobe fonts is trying to decide, because there are just so many fonts here. But that's why I find it super helpful, the recommendations tab and the font packs tab, for keeping me inspired with the typefaces. We're looking for something that will also look good three-dimensional. Let's see, I'm just kind of skimming like really fast here. They have these really cool kind of posters with as examples of all these different typefaces. So I'm just going quickly to see one that could potentially work. Let's open this in a new tab. Let's see. Wow, there's a lot of typefaces up in here. Wowza. Okay, let's see. Which would be a good one? I think Ed's Market Bold Script could be good. Anything else? There was another one I feel like caught my eye, but no. Okay, maybe it was just this one. View Family, open a new tab. Sorry, but only Republicans think rainbows are bad. LOL. Joshua, you said it. That's the T. That's the T. Okay. Okay. Let's add Ed's Market Bold Script Regular. We're going to try, I think we've got a good 3 right here. Oh, we need to give it some time to sync. Doot, 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 doot. Okay, now maybe it's here. There it is, just like that. Oops, didn't select it. Ed's Market. Bada bing, bada bang. Okay, a little too friendly. TBH, don't love that. A little too friendly. Let's go back. It's like childlike almost. I don't know. It feels like too on the nose. Like we're having too much fun. Is that even possible? Yes, it is possible. Ooh, I like this one. Fonts Across America. Hold on. Oliver says, I did have about 5,000 enabled. Yeah, honestly, I don't even know how many I have enabled right now. I should probably check on that. Bellow Script Pro. Yep, that's the one that caught my eye. Of course, I already have it enabled. Classic. Okay, bellow script. Dude, I think this one is going to be a better variation on, yeah. See, it's similar, but it's different. Different enough. Okay, so, you know what we're going to do? We're going to select everything. And I think what I want to do, just for fear of losing, getting that little rainbow wheelie, 1080 by 1350. We're going to start a new document. 1080 by 1350. Boom. We're going to copy and paste. For those of you who just saw what I did, if I just did copy and paste it randomly all over the place, just like anywhere within Illustrator. But because I did Command-Shift-V, that's place within place. Sorry, paste in place. So it's pasting it in the same spot on the same size artboard that it was on from the place that I copied it. So that is a super helpful keyboard shortcut. So yeah, I'm gonna save this file and then I'm gonna close it, and we're gonna start from hopefully a smaller file because I am scared that this document is going to crash. Type. Fun. That's the name of this document. Hi, my name is Annika, and I'm a font activation addict. Listen, Annika, this is a safe space, okay? This is safe, and we are here for you. We are here to support you in your journey. Okay. God, like, how fast does time go? In order to use the 3D, what am I saying? See, now I'm working away. In order to use the 3D effect, inflate that I would like to use, we have to outline the text. And so in order to do that, go Command-Shift-O, and that outlines the text, outlines the font. So now it is a vector, and I actually don't think that you need to do that in order to use that effect that I was just talking about. But because I want to make some customizations to the type, give it a little bit more fun and personality, I'm outlining it. See, look at that. We're making it more fun. Annika says you still haven't put these posters on your website. I'm just saying. I knew someday someone was going to call me out on that. Thanks for holding me accountable. I know, I really need to. It's actually embarrassing. I have nothing to say. It's just excuses. All I have is an excuse for you, which is to say that I have been busy and haven't felt like doing it. But I really need to do that. Maybe I'll do that after this live stream today. Gotta give the people what they want. Okay, fun. See, this is a little funky. We're gonna add an anchor point here just because it looks a little... We're also gonna break that. Bloop, bloop. There we go. Okay. Wow, is that not more fun than how fun it was before? You tell me, but I think it is. I think it's more fun. This looks a little bit... Okay. Annika says, I forgive you, Cory. Thank you. I was worried. Okay, so... Whew, this is the big moment. This is the moment when we're going to use the 3D tool. I'm going to group this. I'm going to go to Effect. I'm going to go to 3D and Materials, and I'm going to click Inflate. Ah, I'm scared. Oh my god. Okay, well, that wasn't so bad. It's because I have so many programs running on my computer right now that I was legit so stressed about that. OMG, like, look at that. How fun. How very, very fun. If you have not used this 3D effect, I would highly recommend it. Send you on Instagram. It was finished for sure. I kind of liked the first fun. Oh, okay. Okay. I kind of like the first one too. You know what? Let's use the first fun. This is a democracy, okay? So we are here for your hot takes. Let's just bring these a little closer together. Honestly, I like the first one better too. It is like way cooler. I love the hand-drawn effect. I am going to duplicate it before I outline it in case I want to go back to the original font at one point. I'm also going to use my Pathfinder tool, and I'm going to unite the U and the N because, well, let's just see what happens if I don't do that. But when I make it 3D, I'm guessing that it's going to show. Oh, look at that. It's so smart. It knew. It knew. Oh, cool. I thought that it was going to layer them on top of each other, but maybe because they're in a group, it didn't do that. Okay. Ungroup. Okay, so if we ungroup it, then I bet that that's when it's going to... Yep. See, that's not the effect that we want. So we're grouping, we're affecting, we're inflating. Boom. And that is a fun. Oh my god, it kind of looks like gum to me or something. Gum. Like the U going into the N kind of looks like gum. What are you excited to see, Annika? I think I lost the train of the conversation. Wow, this has been a whirlwind of an episode. We're going to add some shadows, okay? We're going to go over to lighting within my little 3D materials tool channel, or tool thing. We're going to turn on shadows. Boom, we automatically have extra dimension. That is super cool. And just like that. And now this is what really sets it off. But if we hit render with ray tracing, okay, I'm gonna take a deep breath, y'all. Okay, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna hope that the rainbow wheel doesn't come. Okay, we do have a rainbow wheel. But you know what? Here we are, we're doing it. Please work, please work, please work. Oh my gosh, because this is the effect that like makes all of the difference. Like it looks realistic now, but like, man, let me tell you, when I say it's gonna look realistic in just a couple seconds, it's gonna be, oh my god, is everyone else's hearts racing? Clever says, I'm scared. Oliver says, eyes. Joshua says, please work. Come on, we love rainbows. Let's just like pray to the rainbow gods. I hope I didn't make a terrible mistake. Oh! Oh my god, I could cry. You guys, it looks so good. It looks so good. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me it doesn't look so good. You'd be lying because I know that it looks so good. Wow, I'm obsessed with this. And like, there's still so much more I want to do. Okay, so we're gonna do, jeez Louise, my heart. Okay, I can't drink any more coffee. My heart is racing so fast. So we're gonna say, what should we say? We're gonna do just one other super quick 3D effect. We're gonna do just bear with me. So we have the word type here. We're gonna add a stroke. We're gonna go to the pencil tool. We're just gonna do one more really quick 3D thingy because we are absolutely running out of time. I mean, can you believe we're already at the last few minutes of this live stream? This has been such a journey, you guys, and I don't want to go. So I'll be honest with you, I don't want to go. I want to keep doing this. Penny says, I love. Umacorn says, looks great. Annika says, I'm here for it. The first one looks so fun. Not gonna lie, literally couldn't. Joshua says, looks amazing, Cory. Thank you guys for your support. I couldn't have done it without you. So I'm just rounding this off. We're going to just, man, oh man. Okay, here we go. Here we go. We're in the mad dash to get this done in time. We're gonna do this really cool effect. Let's go over to this. We're gonna go to this. I'm duplicating the shape. I'm changing the color of the shape. I am selecting these two shapes. I'm going to Object, Blend, Make. Oh my God, look at that. It's a blend. We have a blend. Okay. Now, let's see if I can do this correctly. We're gonna get rid of that for now. We're going to select both of these things. We're gonna go to Object, Blend, and we're gonna go Replace Spine. Okay. We're good. Bear with me here. We've still got this. We're going to bring the shape size down. We're going to bring the shape size down. We're going to select again, Object, Blend, Blend Options, Smooth Color. We're going to change it to Specified Steps. We're going to go, I don't know, 200. Okay. Oh my God, Joshua, thank you for joining us. Enjoy your meeting. So glad that you came today. We loved having you. 500. Okay. We're going to make these even smaller. And now what we have emerging before our very eyes is a different type of 3D effect. Blend options. Okay, we're going to do just 1,000. And you know what I think is going to enhance this even more? Is if I change the color. Yeah. Okay. Bye, Joshua. Thanks for having us. That's funny. It's funny because I'm the one who has you. That was a weird thing to say, but whatever. Thank you for joining us is what I meant to say. And I'm saying that and he's probably already gone. Copy, paste. We're going to just duplicate this a couple of times in our last couple of minutes. We're going to do Object, Blend, Make. We're going to replace the spine again. Object, Blend, Replace Spine. Boom. Now we have our T. Holy moly. Would you look at that? We've got a very kind of like, I don't know. It's a little kooky looking because I'm not spending a lot of time on it. But with a little bit of extra time, I love where this is going. It's kind of giving like, I don't know, OG computer, like type. I don't know. What do you think? Umacorn is laughing at me. Umacorn, why are you always making fun of me? Okay. Type is fun. We're just going to go. Guys, we're racing against the clock here. I-S. Stroke. Boom. F-U. N. I'm doing that with my keypad on my MacBook. So, yeah. Okay. Object, Blend, Make, Replace Spine, bada bing, bada boom, Blend, Replace Spine. Yes. Type is, I don't know. It's crazy. Okay? It's crazy. We can create some great fun custom typo with a custom pattern brush too. Just saying. Just saying. Yep, I know. This is like kind of a funky little method that I've learned. And actually, if you go over to my website, you can see I use it to create this really cool 3D effect here. So that's kind of what we're trying to duplicate. We're going to replace the spine, and then, guys, we're just going to race the heck on out of here. So before, or really without any further ado, I would just love to say thank you so much for joining me today. I had a freaking blast with you, as always, making this really cool poster that you can expect to see on my website, I promise. You can expect to see me again on Adobe Live in 2 weeks, 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Again, thank you so much for joining me. I had an amazing time with all of y'all. Keys, Umacorn, Clever, Barbara, everybody, thank you again so much for joining. Please come back next time. Make sure you stay tuned for more Adobe Live tomorrow morning, starting at 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And thank you again. Have a great day. I'll see you next time.